Welcome back to another edition of the True Crime and Wine Couple. As you can see, it's just me today. I am going to read to you the motion to transfer that was filed earlier today in the Carroll County Circuit Court by Richard Allen's defense attorneys. We just wrapped up a video discussing that motion. But I thought it would be a good idea if I actually read to you the entire motion that was filed by Robert Scremin and William Librado. So without further ado, I will read this to you. And then, like I said, we did do a commentary on the news that broke today that they did file this motion. So please check out our other video. That where we get into a little bit in depth into this for you. But so this is going to be the reading of the motion and transfer of the state of Indiana versus Richard M. Allen. Now comes the defendant by and through his appointed counsel, Robert C. Scremin and William Librado, and hereby submits this motion to transfer and state as follows. Argument. Richard Allen is currently being held in pretrial detention at the Wabash Valley Correctional Facility, a maximum security state prison. After visiting with Mr. Allen at both the Westville Correctional Facility and the Wabash Valley Correctional Facility, it is counsel's belief that 1, Mr. Allen is not being treated similar to other pretrial detainees being held in county jails, and 2, pretrial incarceration at Wabash Valley Correctional Facility will seriously, if not fatally, impact counsel's ability to effectively represent Mr. Allen due to the distance of travel and visitation conditions. Facts. 1. On November 3rd, 2022, the state of Indiana filed a motion on behalf of the sheriff of Carroll County asking the court to transfer Richard Allen to the custody of the Department of Corrections, claiming that due to this being a high-profile case, the Carroll County Sheriff could not adequately provide Mr. Allen with necessary security or other needs at the Carroll County Jail. Judge Diener, without holding an evidentiary hearing on the merits, granted the state's motion and approved Richard Allen's transfer to the Department of Corrections, then recused himself from the case that same day. Mr. Allen had no opportunity to object to this transfer, and no one appeared to consider how this might negatively impact Mr. Allen's defense. 2. On April 5th, 2023, Mr. Allen's former counsel filed an emergency motion to modify safekeeping order, essentially a motion to transfer Mr. Allen to a county jail. I have reviewed counsel's motion, and although I lack personal knowledge to vouch for all of the allegations made, as Mr. Allen's present counsel, I believe it to be a meritorious motion, and based upon 25 years of practicing law, I agree that Mr. Allen is not being treated similar to other pretrial detainees in county jails, and his pretrial incarceration at a distant state prison severely impacts counsel's ability to effectively communicate with Mr. Allen and effectively represent him. I would incorporate the legal arguments made by prior counsel and add Mr. Allen's distance from present counsel and the conditions during visitation negatively impact counsel's ability to effectively represent Mr. Allen. 3. On April 14th, 2023, this court denied prior counsel's motion and Mr. Allen remains in the custody of the Department of Corrections. 4. On April 28th, 2023, this court received a letter written by an inmate at Westville Correctional Facility alleging that Mr. Allen was being abused and mistreated. 5. On September 18th, 2023, prior counsel filed a motion for a Franks hearing in support of the previously filed motion to suppress. Prior counsel included a 136-page memorandum with 126 confidential exhibits. The memorandum and exhibits, among other things, alleged prison guards at Westville Correctional Facility were allowed to wear patches on their official uniforms supporting Odinism, and that crime scene photos suggested a potential connection to Odinism, a Nordic religion and or cult that has been associated both in the prison system and in society in general with white supremacy. After reviewing crime scene photos and visiting Mr. Allen at Westville Correctional Facility, present counsel believes these claims have merit and that pretrial incarceration within the state prison system negatively impacts Mr. Allen's rights, in addition to counsel's ability to effectively represent him. On October 27th, 2023, this court appointed attorneys Robert C. Scremin and William Librado to represent Richard Allen. Attorneys Scremin and Librado both reside and maintain primary offices in Fort Wayne, Allen County, Indiana. Fort Wayne is approximately 106 miles from Westville Correctional Facility and a two and a half hour drive. Fort Wayne is approximately 233 miles from Wabash Correctional Facility and approximately a 3.5 hour drive without stops. Counsel's most recent visit to Mr. Allen at Wabash Correctional Facility was a 10-hour day. On November 19th, 2023, counsel visited with Mr. Allen at Westville Correctional Facility. The visit was an arduous process which included lengthy travel, complicated and protracted prison security procedures, and a difficult visitation conditions. Throughout our legal consultation, Mr. Allen remained uncomfortably and unnecessarily shackled and chained in a manner resembling Hannibal Lecter, while guards watched through glass panels and the door ajar. Mr. Allen clearly appeared intimidated by the guards and was hesitant to speak with counsel. Although none of the prison guards were wearing patches in support of Odinism, one of the guards did have a symbolic face tattoo of Odin's spear and multiple hand and figure tattoos emblematic of Odinism and or Norse mythology. This same prison guard had a public Facebook account that also displayed the same tattoos in addition to a necklace with Thor's hammer inscribed with the letters BRSRCR, an acronym for Berserker, which is a very specific type of Norse battle axe and the name given to warriors fighting in the honor of Odin. Other photos displayed 3 interlocking triangles, another symbol associated with Odinism. 10. Mr. Allen stated that Westville guards were intimidating and reluctant to provide him with shower and recreational access because it caused them extra work. And as a result, he often simply remained in his cell and went without recreational time or a shower to keep the peace. On number 11, on 12/22/23, counsel visited Mr. Allen at Wabash Valley Correctional Facility, where Mr. Allen had recently been moved without consulting counsel. The round-trip drive and visit took over 10 hours to complete. Access to the prison once again took nearly an hour, and several gates had to be manually cranked open as there was a power outage in a portion of the prison and doors could not be opened. 12. Prison staff indicated that they did not have any type of visitation rooms for counsel to use because they were not equipped for such matters, but had fashioned a visitation room in some sort of prep kitchen within the prison housing unit. Counsel was informed the visitation will be monitored by video camera. 13. Counsel was taken to Mr. Allen, who was locked in a prison cell located within the kitchen. The cell appeared to be designed as a place to feed a prisoner. The cell had a solid iron door with a small hinged iron flap approximately 8 inches high that opened just far enough to slide a food tray through. This iron flap was left open, and it was through this small opening that we were allowed to see Mr. Allen and speak with him. A folding table was set up approximately 6 feet from the cell door with 3 chairs on the far side of the table. We were instructed to sit in the chairs and not to approach Mr. Allen or come within 6 feet of the cell door. This arrangement made it impossible to show Mr. Allen any videos or documents or discuss the case with him without raising our voices and almost shouting. 14. In 25 years of practicing law in 5 states, including representing numerous defendants charged with murder, I have never had to conduct an in-custody legal consultation in this fashion. The prison's visitation arrangement created an environment wherein effectively representing Mr. Allen was a fiction. 15. Mr. Allen stated that in the 2 weeks that he had been at Wabash Valley Correctional Facility, he had not received or even been offered any recreational time, and he believed he had taken 1, possibly 2 showers, and he had not been allowed outside in the prison yard, although other inmates enjoyed outdoor recreation. Conclusion. In 25 years of practicing law, I have never had to conduct an in-custody legal visit in the manner I have with Mr. Allen. I routinely conduct legal visits within the jails in Allen, Adams, Huntington, Randolph, and Wells counties, including consultations with numerous clients charged with murder. There is never a guard present during the consultation, and there is never audio or video equipment recording the visit. My clients are never shackled, handcuffed, or chained during visits. These are clearly state prison policies, not county jail policies. I am often able to simply sit at the table with my client and have a conversation, but at the very least, I am able to sit directly across from my client and speak through a large plexiglass partition where we can review videos and documents. County jails routinely, dare I say daily, have lawyers visiting pretrial detainees, and as such, county jails have rooms specifically designed for attorney visits. County jails also have a streamlined access protocol for defense attorneys and often takes no more than a minute or 2 as opposed to an hour, and laptops, phones, and tablets are routinely allowed during attorney visits with no special requests. County jail visits with clients can even be set up the same day. Clients in county jails are extremely accessible, and multiple visits can be quickly and efficiently made when legal issues arise. Based upon counsel's observations and experience, Mr. Allen is not being treated similar to other pretrial detainees being held in county jails. However, even if this court were to find that Mr. Allen's pretrial treatment within the state prison system does not in itself justify moving him to a county jail, evidence is absolutely overwhelming that pretrial detainment at Wabash Valley Correctional Facility will seriously, if not fatally, impact counsel's ability to effectively represent Mr. Allen due to the sheer distance of travel and the unworkable visitation conditions. Counsel for Mr. Allen respectfully requests that he be transferred to either the Allen County Jail or the Adams County Jail. Respectfully submitted, Robert C. Scremin. All right, so there you have it. That is what they filed today. We'll see how that turns out. Like I said, we did get into this a little bit in a prior video, and we will be diving deeper into this on Monday. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the bell so you get notified of any of our videos, and please feel free to comment. But we will be digging into this, as well as just looking forward to Thursday, because remember, next Thursday, the Supreme Court is hearing the case on this to see if Judge Gall is going to retain being the judge, and if they are going to reinstate Baldwin and Rozzi, or if Scremin and Librado will stay on the case. But as you know, we are the True Crime and Wine Couple. But however, when I'm here by myself, I like to indulge in a little whiskey. And this is my favorite whiskey that I have found. It is Black Irish Bourbon. It's from a distillery in the Poconos, Holy Ghost Distillery. Fantastic distillery. This whiskey is fantastic. It's a little strong. It's 116 proof. But if you like good whiskey, look them up. Holy Ghost. This is one of their top of the line whiskeys. Like I said, it's the Black Irish Bourbon. 106. This batch was 116 proof. They mark it, they mark everything on here. I don't think you can see that, but they actually handwrite all this in. They have the proof, what batch number it was, but not what bottle number it was out of the batch, how long it was aged for. So they handwrite all that in on the label. But this is if you're into good strong bourbon, this is a good sipping bourbon that I would highly recommend. Again, it was Holy Ghost Distillery, and they were out of I think it's Whitehaven or Pocono Lake. It's Pennsylvania. I'm sure it'll come up for you right away. But thank you for joining me. And again, look back at our other video discussing this. And on Monday, we're going to dive a lot deeper into this. So everybody have a good night. Thanks for joining me.